Hey everybody, Sickness here, back from Walt Disney World to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched. I guess it'd be from the 21st till today, the 30th. So let's get right down to it. I originally didn't think I was going to buy very much while I was in Disney World, if anything at all, but I did come across 6 titles I figured I'd pick up, and yes, I did splurge a little bit. I did spend more than I normally spend. Usually my rule is no more than $5 per title, but I paid on average about $20 per title on all the ones I'm about to show you. And I don't really feel too bad about that because I was on vacation. I decided just to splurge, just spend more than normal, just to have some fun. And also, I didn't really technically spend any of my money per se because the money that I used to get these titles was all money that I got for Christmas. My family gave me all my presents early this year because I wasn't going to be here for Christmas, and they all just gave me money towards my vacation. So really, I wasn't spending anything out of my pocket. I was just spending money I got for Christmas. So I splurged, picked up 6 new titles. The first title I picked up, I was very excited to find because last I heard you could not get this anywhere except for in the Disneyland park. I'd never been to Disneyland. Who knows if I'll ever get there? So I really wanted to get this, and I found it. I was very excited, and that is Disneyland Resort Imagineering the Magic. This should be awesome. It's a documentary simply on the building of Disneyland, and even more than that. It's got a bunch of special features. This is going to be great. I actually picked up the Walt Disney World one, the Magic Kingdom one, last year. Loved it, thought it was great, really wanted to get a hold of this one because I've never been to Disneyland, but I am very much interested in anything Disney, especially the park, so very much looking forward to watching this. The next title I picked up was Walt and El Grupo. Definitely had to grab this one. I remember when I first heard this was coming out, thought it looked very cool, sounded very interesting. I love what this film is about. It's really about Walt Disney and a bunch of animators going down to Mexico as kind of like U.S. ambassadors, which is really cool. When this came out, I can only really find it online or places like Best Buy, and it was 20 bucks, and I don't normally spend that much on titles, but had to grab this anyway, even though I did spend 20 on it. Definitely had to pick it up, looking forward to checking it out. The next title I picked up is one that I've been looking forward to getting ever since I first heard this was coming out, but for whatever reason I just kept putting off buying it, so definitely had to grab it, and that is Waking Sleeping Beauty. This one I cannot wait to watch. This looks like to be a great documentary simply about Disney kind of during their animation slump, sort of when things were going pretty bad for the company and how they built their company back up, got their animation studio built back up. This I cannot wait to watch. This should be fantastic. I love Disney animation. I love learning about Disney. This is going to be a great watch. The next title I picked up is another one I've been really looking forward to getting, and that is The Boys, the Sherman Brothers story. And if you don't know who the Sherman Brothers are, shame on you. I love their music. They've done just some of the greatest music for some of my all-time favorite movies. Chances are you love their music too. I'm sure we've all heard at least something by the Sherman Brothers. Can't wait to watch this. It should be good. Next, I picked up a title that I watch every time this one's on TV. I've seen it a few times. It is a great documentary, a great episode, and that is Modern Marvels, Walt Disney World. This is just a look behind the Orlando park. It is fantastic. If you want to see everything there is to know about Walt Disney World and just what goes on behind the scenes, this is definitely something you have to check out. It's an hour-and-a-half documentary. I love every second of it. Like I said, and when this one's on TV, I watch it every time. I never pass up watching this. It's great. Very happy to finally own this. And the last title I picked up, simply just to replace my VHS copy, was Tower of Terror. I love this one. It's pretty cheesy, it's pretty goofy, but it's got Steve Guttenberg in it and Kirsten Dunst, so you can't go wrong there. I absolutely love this movie. Like I said, simply picking this up just to replace that VHS copy, but I had to grab it. So that's it for what I bought while I was in Walt Disney World, but right before I left, I checked out TV sets, Christmas trees. This is a great collection of some Christmas episodes from some classic Paramount TV series such as The Beverly Hillbillies, Lucy Show, Petticoat Junction, Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, Mork and Mindy, The Odd Couple, Cheers, and Love American Style. This is a great watch during the holiday season. Not all the episodes are fantastic. Some of these are hit and miss. I like some better than others, but at least they all have a great holiday story to them. I would definitely recommend picking this up. I got this for $5 at Walmart. It is a great buy, and again, a great watch during the holiday season. The next time I watched on the plane on the way down to Disney, and that was Fright Night. Now this movie, I was really on the fence about. I didn't know what I was going to think of this one at all. A lot of people told me it was great. I definitely had to check it out. It was fantastic. And I couldn't believe these people. I was like, how can this movie be any good? I mean, Colin Farrell as Jerry the Vampire. Really, Colin Farrell in that role? I just couldn't see it. And I'm such a big fan of the original. I couldn't see this movie being any good. But I was pleasantly surprised. It actually was a pretty good movie. And Colin Farrell did a great job in his role. I thought he was great as Jerry the Vampire. I just was pleasantly surprised by this film. It was definitely a good watch. However, does it live up to the original? No, I think the original is far superior than this film. Although it is a good film in itself, the original is just so much better. I would highly recommend checking that one out. But that being said, I did enjoy it. I thought it was a good movie. The major downfall of this movie, if you ask me though, is how quickly paced it was. I think this is an hour-and-a-half movie. Probably should have been about 2 hours, maybe like a half hour longer. It's just it's one of those movies where it's kind of like, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. And it never really built up any suspense, never gave you really time to kind of get into what was going on. It was just sort of bam, 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 everything was just kind of happening, and that sort of bugged me. I wish you would have been able to get into the scenes more and, what was going on, kind of, wrap yourself around it a little bit more as opposed to everything just kind of being thrown at you really quickly, which is one of the things I liked about the original film. There's a lot more suspense in it, as opposed to this film. There's really no suspense at all because everything just happens so quickly. But that being said, it was a good watch. I would definitely recommend it. I just don't think it quite lived up to the hype it was getting, and it definitely doesn't live up to the original, but it's still a good movie. I'd check it out. The next title I checked out, I watched while we were in Disney World. The wife wanted to come back to the hotel one day, do a little bit of laundry, so I had some time to kill. So I checked out Chronicles of Narnia, Voyage of the Dawn Treader. It was pretty good. I would definitely say not nearly as good as the first two titles, but it was still good in its own right. Not quite as epic, but definitely a fun film. If you've seen the first two, check this one out. I can't necessarily say too much about this film because all three films, they're kind of that same sort of feel to them. If you've seen the first one, then you've seen the second and the third one. I mean, because, they sort of do have the same feel. Obviously, completely different stories, all worth seeing in their own right, but they are sort of all similar. So as I said, if you've seen one, you've kind of seen them all. So if you like the first one, if you like the second one, this is definitely one to check out. Unfortunately, like I said, not quite as good as the first two, but still a decent movie. Now I hear there was talk of doing a fourth movie, but apparently there's some issues and it's not coming out now. I don't know. I would like to see the fourth movie come out because I did enjoy this. I think a fourth movie would be great, just wrapping it all up. I would love to see that, so I would definitely recommend this. Again, if you've seen the first two, you like those movies, definitely worth checking out. I'd recommend it. And the last title I watched, I checked out on the plane ride home today, and that was Yogi Bear. I actually really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. Going into it, wasn't quite sure what to think. Didn't know if it was going to be as good as Scooby-Doo or Alvin and the Chipmunks, or kind of bad like Marmaduke and Underdog. But I would definitely put it up there with movies like, again, Scooby-Doo and Alvin and the Chipmunks. It was a good story, and I definitely enjoyed it. That being said, it is just Yogi Bear. It's nothing special. You know what you're getting yourself into with a movie like this. It's just something to sit back, enjoy, have a few laughs, and just get a kick out of a great Yogi Bear story. And I would definitely recommend this, especially if you're a fan of classic Yogi Bear cartoons. This sticks pretty close to the, just the classic feel of Yogi Bear. I would definitely recommend this movie. Again, it's nothing special, but it was fun, a good story. I enjoyed it. So that's it for what I bought when I watched while I was in Walt Disney World. Like I said, really didn't expect to buy much. Thought at most maybe I'd get one, maybe two titles, if even that, but ended up picking up 6 straight titles. Really looking forward to checking those out. And the 4 titles I checked out while I was down there, I would highly recommend. They were all great. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to see what I bought and when I watch tomorrow. See ya.